Hi, welcome to my another video. Today, I will help you choose the 4 best 3D printer under 400 on the market. I have made it based on my personal researches and I am trying to list those based on price, quality, and more. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting number 1, FlashForge Finder. If you want the all-around package, look no further than the FlashForge Finder. It's a lovely machine that works extremely well for educators, hobbyists, and casuals. It's originally available for over $500. So the fact that you can get it now for less than $400 is incredibly tempting. The Finder is an encased 3D printer, protected by a sturdy and stable casing that never gets in the way while the machine is working. The enclosed profile means it's safe for kids to use, whether inside the classroom or at home. Still, it would be wise not to leave kids alone with the machine because kids can sometimes be too curious for their own good. Designed for immediate use, the Finder requires very little tweaking at the onset. It's a plug-and-play 3D printer that lets you start printing objects in less than 30 minutes. It's easy to calibrate, which is a godsend for beginners and non-techies, and comes with a starter filament. The starter filament isn't the most generous, though, so don't forget to pick up a spool of filament before checkout. At the top of the machine, you can find a small, touch-operated interface. It's responsive and easy to navigate, courtesy of the straightforward and user-friendly options. We love that FlashForge went with a touchscreen interface instead of a rudimentary knob-operated one, which is common among budget 3D printers. The print quality is really good, especially considering the price point. The printed items are smooth, rich in details, and can easily pass off as products of a more expensive 3D printer. It's unfortunate that the Finder's build size is rather limited, which prevents you from venturing into larger and more ambitious projects. The lack of a heated print bed also limits the Finder to PLA, the most common type of material used in 3D printing. For ABS, nylon, and other types of materials, you need to buy a more capable 3D printer because the plastic construction of the Finder isn't built for extreme heat, which means you can cross modding off your to-do list. For connection, the Finder can connect via USB and wireless. USB connection is the more reliable option, so it's best to just stick with that. Everything considered, including the limitations, the Finder still comes out on top as the best 3D printer that you can get for $400. It's easy to use, works relatively quiet, produces quality results, and even includes a removable print bed for quick removal of finished items. At number 2, the Micro by M3D. Say hello to the cutest 3D printer available on the market. The Micro by M3D is a compact 3D printer that, almost comically, gets the job done better than some products in the $500 to $600 price range. It's a little workhorse that you can rely on to print small items. The Micro is available in different colors, including black, orange, and green. It's lightweight enough to allow for easy transport. It doesn't take up too much space on a work desk and never looks out of place beside other office or school items. It actually looks more like a furniture than a machine. Similar to the FlashForge Finder, the Micro is a straightforward 3D printer that works right out of the box with minimal tweaking. Both the initial software setup and the hardware calibration are hassle-free, requiring only a few minutes of your time. Even people with little experience with electronics won't have any trouble getting the Micro to operational status. Unlike other mini 3D printers, the Micro doesn't have an external built-in spool holder, which is often found on the side. Instead, the spool holder is integrated inside the printer. It's located underneath the print bed, yes, you read that right, which adds to the minimalist profile of the printer. But since the Micro is micro-sized, the amount of filament it can hold is also limited. In terms of performance, the Micro is a mixed bag. On one hand, the print quality is surprisingly good. It's capable of producing highly detailed items with little to no issues. But on the other hand, the printing speed leaves a lot to be desired. Seriously, even small trinkets take a while to complete. The build plate is also tiny, so you have a strict limitation on the items you can print. The manufacturer says the micro is capable of processing materials other than PLA, including ABS and nylon. However, due to the lack of a heated print bed, the micro isn't exactly built for that. It's best to simply stick to PLA filaments and leave the experimentation for when you get a 3D printer, equipped with the necessary components. For such a small machine, the micro sure brings a lot of value. It's easy to use, has good print quality, and can work continuously for days without breaking a sweat. It's also backed by a helpful customer service team, which is a breath of fresh air in a business full of non-existent after-sales support. Needless to say, before you pick up the micro, make sure that you're okay with its glaring limitations. At number 3, Monoprice Maker Select Plus. The Maker Select Plus is a minor upgrade from the Maker Select V2. It's got a few touch-ups in the design that give it a more modern and more attractive look. Like the Maker Select V2, the Maker Select Plus arrives assembled. All you need to do is tighten a few screws to keep the frame in place and you're ready to roll. Everything you need to start printing right away is in the package, including a starter filament, a few test models on the SD card, and a spool holder. In less than 30 minutes, you can go from unboxing to printing, although don't expect a stellar print quality on your first try. The most noticeable upgrade comes in the form of the built-in LCD touchscreen. It's not housed in a separate control box like the outdated knob-operated interface of the Maker Select V2. This means the Maker Select Plus is more compact and leaves a smaller footprint on your work desk. Located at the base, the LCD touchscreen is responsive and includes all the basic options you need to operate the machine. The interface also includes a pause option, which is really handy if you prefer not to leave your printer running while you're out of the house. However, the pause resume option only works while the printer is on or plugged in. If you pause the printer and then turn it off, you will lose your printing progress. This also means that, in case of a power outage, you will be forced to start from scratch. In terms of hardware and performance, the Maker Select Plus is identical to the Maker Select V2. It's got a large build size, which means you're not limited to small projects, has great print quality, supports various filament types, and includes a heated print bed. The advertised upgrade in printing speed isn't really noticeable though, so don't expect too much in that department. At number 4, Qidi-Tech X12, made in China. The Qidi-Tech X12 is one of the sturdiest 3D printers you can buy for $400. It's built like a tank, easily brushing off hundreds of hours of printing like it's nothing. If you're in the market for a long-term 3D printer that can last for years, the X12 is for you. Before we dive into the technical details, we'd like to point out that Qidi-Tech offers one of the best customer services in the business. From timely responses via email to prompt delivery of replacement parts, it's apparent the company is committed to making sure every customer comes out satisfied with his or her purchase. So don't worry if you run into issues, especially during the initial setup, Qidi-Tech has your back. Now, then, let's move on to the machine itself. Just like other non-DIY 3D printers, the X12 arrives assembled. Just install all the remaining parts, which should only take a few minutes, configure the software, load the filament, and you're ready to print. All in all, the initial setup, including the bed leveling process, should take about 1 hour, maybe less if you're good with electronics. Designed for both kids and adults, the X12 is extremely easy to use. It includes a simple and responsive touchscreen interface and comes with a user-friendly software. It's fully enclosed, unlike the X1, and features a heated print bed that's necessary when playing around with ABS. In regard to print quality, the X12 is right up there with the FlashForge Finder and the XWise Printing DaVinci Junior 1.0 Pro. It's smooth, precise, and can work non-stop for days. The heated print bed has good adhesion, too, so you encounter fewer printing errors.
So if you want to buy these products, check link in the description box.